broadcasting live from our studio in Appleton, Wisconsin. You're tuned into Fox City's Core on WCZR Code Zero Radio. We're the show that gives you an opportunity to call in and be a part of the show. Our call-in line is 920-358-0795. Core. My next guests are an indie rock band out of Stevens Point, Wisconsin. You might have caught them at Paperfest or even Crazy Todd's house show. They're in town for Mile Music 13. I'd like to welcome Scorched Waves to Fox City's Core. How are you guys doing?
They're doing fantastic.
So you guys are no like strangers to Appleton. This is almost like a second home for you guys, isn't it?
Oh, I
would say so.
I grew up in the Fox Valley. I love it.
His first home. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you physically grew up in this town?
Well, not Appleton specifically. I grew up in Kaukauna, but if I tell people Kaukauna, they just go, "Oh, that place stinks." So I went to school in Appleton, though, so I claim Appleton as my hometown.
So do you remember going out and seeing bands when you were living? Do you remember any specific bands?
The biggest one I can think of is Wild Adriatic, and it sucks because last year was their last year playing Mile, and I don't know if they're still playing shows or anything in general anymore. But Wild Adriatic was amazing. You know, I think my parents have gone to parties where they were just hanging out, and you know, so I got to personally meet all the members of the band, and they were given advice and stuff. So when we got to come play Mile, and it was the year they came back from their hiatus too. I got to talk with Mateo, and you know, they were like almost like a big brother band, the inspiration band when it comes to the local music scene, for me personally at least.
I got to watch them side stage at Jones Park last year. That was really, really fun. They put on a really great show.
Yeah, and that's one thing that I think you guys have in common with Wild Adriatic is you're physically putting on a show as well as musically, moving around a lot, and
we try
keeping the crowd engaged.
Oh yeah.
So before we get too far into it, and we'll start over here. You want to say your name and what you do in the band?
Yeah, I'm Tyler Armstrong, and I play the guitar in the band.
I'm Vaughn, and I play bass.
I am Tiernan Brinkman, and I am the lead vocalist.
I'm Jaron Chick, and I play keyboards.
Our drummer, Damien Kessler, was not able to join us this time. What a surprise, the drummer's not on time.
So you guys, when did Scorched Waves officially start as a band?
So me and Damien first met when we were really young. He was 11 and I was 14. We were taking music lessons at the same place. And that was back in 2017, I want to say. And then I would say we really didn't start doing nothing until the five of us got together, which was about 2019. So about 7 years as the five of us this year.
Yeah.
So when it was a two-piece, were you guys writing songs or just learning covers?
Yeah, we were just jamming Green Day and the Black Keys and stuff, which we still like to do. But
did I hear right that the band originally started off as somewhat of an emo band? Is that accurate?
I mean, I guess.
That's fine. I mean, like maybe like certain aspects of it.
Certain aspects.
Yeah, it's really just a high school cover.
It was a high school cover band. It depends what pictures you saw.
Are there pictures out there that haunt the band that you hope don't come around? Yeah.
Yes.
Probably. Yeah.
We were little.
Yeah.
At least a good portion of them. There's a good portion of bands that are pre-Tiernan joining the band. So I appreciate that. Yeah. I don't need to be involved in a good portion of the dark past.
Yeah. We definitely took some time to figure out what we want to do, but I would say we've definitely honed in on that a little more now.
We normally say 2022.
I say 2022, 2023 is when we really started Scorched Waves
becoming a professional, group.
Yeah.
Well, did your inspirations or who you're listening to change over that period of time?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Definitely, I would say.
It's a very strange eclectic mix of whatever everybody is listening to. It's not one single person who does all of the writing for us. It's the biggest effort.
The biggest change I think happened probably over COVID, and I think as we started becoming better songwriters overall, the first stuff we wrote together, it's this very, very high school band kind of garagey sort of stuff, but you progress, you get a little more dynamic with your arrangements and your songwriting and whatnot. Like I would say,
Well,
for
like,
me,
once COVID hit, we were finally adults, and then bad things happened to us for the first time ever between COVID and
that.
like death and all that, and then we actually had experience to write about.
the first song of ours I took like real seriously was a song I wrote called Siren, which I wrote in 2020, which bit of a fan favorite now, thankfully. But
And then that was based on.
that was based on, just some not amazing relationships going on at the time, I gotta say. But
You could say that about most of them.
Yeah, I feel like it's
Yeah.
a common theme in the young adult life is, oh, my ex, they suck. Oh,
that pretty much turned into an album for us. That's all. But
yeah.
So where did the name Scorched Waves come from?
I have no idea.
Finn's like,
We didn't come up with it.
didn't come up
Someone
with it.
who used to be in the band a long time ago, I would even consider the band to be an actual thing
yeah,
outside of someone's bedroom.
pretty much. It just kind of.
We didn't come up with it, and then we had like merch of it, and we were like, well, we can't change it now.
It's pretty much how it went, but it's an alright name.
Doesn't bother me.
The one,
Hey, it's stuck and people don't seem to hate it.
well,
so-
the one thing I'll say about it, if you Google it, we're the only Scorched Waves. We're the only one.
True.
that's a plus.
That is, it works out.
It's hard. Like nowadays, you can Google something. Back in the day, you couldn't. So there might be like 5 bands that are called like Damage Inc. or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tried.
What were some of the other potential names? I love talking about this because I wasn't a part of this. What was it? It was Crimson Tide,
Crimson Tides,
the Jubilees.
Jubilees.
Those are the only two I remember.
One was the Sea Bears.
That's-
Wasn't
The
Petrichor?
Sea Bears is awesome.
Petrichor might have been one of them.
That's actually a
That's
cool
just
one.
stuff you come up with
I
when you're
guarantee you
16.
That's
That's just-
16-year-old band names, and yeah. But
So if there was another Scorched Waves on, when you Googled it, would you have changed it or considered changing it at that point, even though you had merch?
I would have questioned those people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Back in if it was like 2020, 2021, maybe we would consider a rebrand. But at this point, nah, it's stuck.
Yeah. I think we'll be pretty safe with it, I think.
Yeah.
For a while.
Well, now, Scorched Waves, you guys are playing a lot. Were you playing that much right from the beginning?
No. We
It kind of took us a while to kind of
Play consistently.
Or play anything of substance. We started, well, I mean, you all got to start somewhere, and we started at a little cafe in the basement playing open mic nights in Amherst. So,
yeah.
I mean,
I'm pretty proud of the fact that unless there's like a good reason not to, we've pretty much practiced every single Sunday since 2019.
Yeah.
I would say.
COVID obviously put a damper on
It did,
a lot of stuff.
I'm always astounded. It's something we hear a lot where we're like, people will say like, "Oh, you guys practice every week," and we're like, "Yeah, is that strange?
Yeah,
is that bizarre?
There's
Isn't
been-
the whole point
Yes.
to like
It's
play music?
extremely rare. I've
Yeah.
learned over the years.
We're together every week playing music.
Yeah, there's a lot of bands I talk to like, yeah, we practice like once a month.
Well, the thing is like it's very rare that they also all live in the same town.
Yeah, I know.
Well, even when you didn't live, you lived
Oh, no,
in
I-
Appleton for a while,
Yeah.
and you still came every
I
Sunday.
drove an hour and a half every week just to come to band practice.
But and then beyond that, we pretty much had to learn how to book our own shows pretty much. And then once we kind of got a good handle on that, I've been going kind of crazy the last couple of years, booking us solid the whole year. But
Yeah.
Well, so practicing once a week, how long are the practices?
It depends.
2 hours maybe.
When we were in high school, they were like 6.
Oh,
Yeah.
because half of the practice was just us sitting on the couch watching like Family Guy or something.
We were just messing around at the time.
Nowadays, we practice like an hour to 3.
Yeah.
I'd say that's like
That's
a good range.
Yeah.
That work ethic is pretty impressive, especially considering the amount of shows you guys play, because a lot of bands don't practice at all because they consider their shows practice.
Oh, if we practice or if we have a show on a Saturday, we're not practicing.
If there's a Friday or Saturday show, we typically don't do a Sunday practice, but sometimes there's something big coming up, so we will anyway. But
Or we'll find another day in the week to be like, hey, can we try to practice? I mean, we'll even practice before a show sometimes.
Was it Summerfest that we played like the day before we went down or the day of.
Yeah, we played before we left.
Yeah.
There are a lot of occasions where we'll actually rehearse like right before we leave
Yeah.
for a show.
And as far as what you're rehearsing, does it depend on if you've got a show like Summerfest coming up? I'm assuming you're running through the set. If you don't have a show, are you doing a lot of writing during these practices?
So there's like 5 or 6 songs that are always in the show, and we typically don't worry about those too much. But with different set lengths and whatnot, sometimes you got to add stuff in that you don't usually play. So usually those will be prioritized. If we can, we like to run through the whole set and rehearse it as if we were performing it. But it does depend. Usually writing days are their own thing. If there's nothing like coming up for a while, we'll just get together and we'll work on some new songs, which we're doing right now, which I'm really excited about. But
And I believe I heard earlier that you all do writing, correct?
Yes.
It's not just one sole person that's doing all the writing. When each of you are doing your writing, are you all using acoustic guitars, or how are you?
Really depends.
it does depend.
Yeah, we all do different stuff. Like, I mean, there was that one practice the past like a month or two ago where that's how we got a new song that we're playing now that we also just recorded.
That was a fun one.
Yeah.
Things will be fine.
He's
yeah.
only fine.
Yeah, no, I was just, I think everyone was starting to leave, and Tyler turned to me and goes, yo, Damien and I were just jamming on something. I think you'll like this. And then like 30 minutes later, there's a brand new song. I was writing lyrics on the spot. It just kind of came together. And then like there's other times where it'll be like, I'll wake up to a message from Tyler that I got at like 2 a.m. and I'll be like, oh, an audio recording, and it's him just sending me a random thing he put together, and me being like, damn, okay, this is good. And then I can't do instruments very well, so I just have notes pages upon notes pages.
You have a lot of lyrics in your
A
notes.
bunch of lyrics in my notes apps, and sometimes we use them, sometimes we don't. Sometimes we just speak of them fondly as jokes.
A lot of times too, it'll be like Tyler will have like a Logic file or like an audio that he'll send me, and then I had a couple Logic files that I showed like Tyler or like a couple of the other guys like last time we were recording, and then I came up with like 2 other more ideas recently that we might use. I showed Tyler and Tiernan those and stuff. It's just like you come up with stuff in your own time, like chord progressions and something else, and then you just
Pitch it.
see if you can make it be a thing. And it's really fun because you can come up with something and think, yeah, we can maybe make it sound like this, and then someone else will come in and it could sound completely different from what you thought it could sound like.
I was working on a project and I was like, oh, this is like a very upbeat, like kind of almost like musical theater. I was a theater kid. And then I brought it to practice. I was like, wow, this is suddenly like very like early 2000s emo almost. Like
Is that the most recent one we were working on? I love that song.
I love it.
That
It
song
turned
is
out
great.
amazing, but it was just very funny to be like, wow, that's nothing like what was in my head, but it's so much better than I could have imagined.
What it comes down to is with like a lot of times, like what I'll do a song, I'll just record the guitar part for me, a bass part that goes with it, some like okay drums and a vocal melody. But even in Tiernan's case, where he's just like he has a vocal melody and some lyrics, or Jaron's case with a keys idea, or Finn's case with a bass idea, the song always just comes together when the 5 of us are putting ourselves in.
Yes.
That is how all of our songs definitely take the best shape possible.
Yeah.
For sure.
Things are 100% subject to change. I mean, I've tweaked some lyrics around when you write them, or like I've changed a melody or two, and I know for a fact Finn and Damien changed their rhythm. When
I like to mix it up.
Like breaks it up.
No, yeah, subject to change based on the feeling of the player in that particular moment.
Well, it was your first album, Televised Paradise?
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
And where did you record that one?
Tyler's bedroom.
My bedroom.
Oh,
Yeah.
That was like a COVID
Can you
thing.
tell?
Yeah, that was like over COVID and
Yeah.
or right before.
Yeah,
It was
the
written-
deal with Televised is like those were all songs we wrote when we were 16 or 17 years old. And
Yeah.
that was like because of COVID, that was the only opportunity we ever really had to finish them and release them. Which, I still like some of them. But
Are you still using a lot of those in your set?
not these days. No, we're doing one of those tonight
Yeah.
potentially,
Yeah.
assuming the rain holds out. But that's we sprinkle them in there because there's a couple that have ended up being fan favorites, and they'll get requested sometimes.
I'm always very surprised when someone requests one of our older songs. It's like, oh, like maybe high school us kind of knew what we were doing.
Maybe.
Do you
I don't
think,
think so.
could you whip out those, like anything off that first album if somebody requested any obscure song from that first album?
Probably. It depends on the song.
Because we did some of those live more than others, but I think
One of them we never did live. ever.
one of them we've never
True
really
Truth.
I don't
flowed
think
together.
I
I wrote
think
that
we
one.
played that together.
No, that was a studio created song.
Yeah, Jaron started playing it, and then Tyler was like, Tiernan, we need you to record this last vocal part. And I was like, oh.
And you did a
I-
good job, man.
Aw,
I still like that song.
I still think we could find a way to do it live, and it'd be really funny.
Yeah, I would. And that's just the deepest cut, though. I don't think we have.
I
I don't think we have deeper cuts than that song.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Other than like
we
stuff
do.
from the EP.
The stuff that's not on streaming anymore. We have a handful of. We have an EP that you can't find unless you dig pretty hard.
That was just
I
something
don't think SoundCloud's that hard.
I wasn't gonna say they could find it.
Is that something you wanted buried in the desert somewhere?
Yeah.
I think it's very obvious that it was made by high school.
Like 15-year-olds. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Some of that stuff though, like fans of the band, that's gold, and stuff that you might not like.
it would be gold if it wasn't terrible.
It was the funniest. It was the funniest thing. We went on tour last year, and we were in Denver, Colorado.
Oh yeah.
And there was we played at a 21 and up venue, and there was a fan that came to see us that was not 21, so they couldn't get into the venue. So I said, let us hook you up with some merch at least. And I had a little acoustic guitar. I said, do you want to hear anything in particular? And she requested 2 songs from that first EP. Dude, and I was like, how did you even find those?
That was so much fun.
That was the funniest thing.
It is like little moments like that though that really make you appreciate what we do.
That made my
Yeah.
night. Absolutely. That was amazing. But
The album after that, With a Smile,
yes.
that one is online yet.
Yes.
Correct.
How was that album different from 2 years prior?
Well, it was
Not recorded in a bedroom.
yeah, it was recorded a little more properly.
With
The
more
writing-
experience.
Yeah, with more experience, the writing is slightly more mature.
And that album still makes up the bulk of our live set.
Yeah.
I think it's interesting though. We talk all this smack about Televised and everything. Siren is technically the oldest song on that album, right? Wasn't Siren still technically written like right at the butt end of our high school career?
Pretty much. I wrote that in
Yeah.
December of 2020.
Yeah, so that album is really the transition of us from
Televised
like
into With a Smile era.
well, I was gonna say more high school to
Yeah.
an adult, and I guess obviously thinking about it now as an almost 24-year-old, when I was 18, I was not an adult. by legal means, yes, but maturity level, no way. But it was still, you can see the change in maturity and standards from the beginning of that album to the end of that album. Because With a Smile came out when?
2024.
Yeah, and the last song that was made for it was made in 2024. So that's a 4-year
month before the album
stretch
came
album.
out. Yeah. Well, it's just funny, 'cause, like listening back to, even like when I like listen to With a Smile, even though it's a newer recording, I wrote some of those songs a couple years before that. And then even listening back to Televised Paradise, like I understand it's like cringe to listen to sometimes, but music gives you a time and a place. And so there's like a weird kind of nostalgia with some of our older music to me, because it just reminds me of like when we were just kind of learning to write music.
Simpler times.
Simpler times.
Simpler times.
So is With a Smile, did that mark the turning period of you guys taking it more seriously?
Definitely.
I think so. I still love that album to pieces. I absolutely love all those songs still.
Well, and since then you've been releasing singles, right?
Yes.
Is that just a sign of the times, or is there going to be another album eventually coming out?
So
There's something in the works.
So,
that's for sure.
Yeah.
we've just been kind of putting out singles just to kind of put
By the
singles
time.
by the time, but expect another one or two of those, but as of right now, we are talking about a bigger project for sure. And we have some ideas of some songs that'll be on that bigger project, and some of them are in the set now. And yeah, definitely.
You and I have kind of talked about it. Our philosophy for another project, when we do one, is just not to force songs into a mold to like fit the theme of the album. So it's really building it as we go, and whatever feels right type of thing.
Yeah. As of right now, it's like we don't even have enough songs written for an album like that, but we are definitely working towards it. And the plan is to kind of prepare more than we need and narrow it down to the best of what we come up with.
Well, I like the direction you guys are going into, like Hooked on Something. You guys put out a video for that, and I think I saw you reference it as dance rock or something like that, or is that the correct term, dance rock?
Yeah, that's what.
So yeah, you can see the progression of the band. Like you guys are obviously having fun up there, and you can definitely tell that you're enjoying the direction that you're going into. Is that kind of a taste of what we can expect on the other tunes that are going to be coming out?
I think so, more or less. I think is right now we're going in a more like melodic kind of dynamic direction compared to With a Smile, I would say.
With a Smile was very angry.
Very angry, a lot of edge, a lot of loud, but
a lot of
and that'll always be part of our DNA, I think, is that sort of edge. But we're definitely going in a more melodic sort of dynamic sound, I would say. And it's been really fun to start writing. We're playing a song in the set right now that we referenced earlier called Things Will Be Fine. And that's one of my favorite things we've written in a long time.
Oh, yeah. Well, and like you said, the edge is definitely still there. I mean, Sinners, how old is Sinners at this point?
A year, maybe?
Almost a year, yeah.
I wouldn't even call it a year.
Probably not.
Yeah, probably not even a year yet. And Sinners still has a little bit of an edge, but it's less angry edge and more like a mix of the angry and melodic.
We've really been experimenting with like kind of like slower verses and like choruses that really
punching
like
the
punch you in the
chorus,
face.
Yeah, just making sure there's dynamics in the song to kind of, especially for the live show, it's just nice to build a set with like peaks and valleys rather than just
constant energy. It's
110% the whole
exhausting.
time.
Yeah.
Well, and Sinners, so Finn said it was not even a year old yet.
Yeah.
Today's landscape musically is a year ancient now. It used to be put out a record that could get you by for a couple of years, and now it's so fast. It feels like people eat that up and they want something right away, or things feel old so quickly.
Well, I mean, we were putting out like a single every 3 months or something like that.
We were trying to, yeah, and that's good. It's just I'm looking forward to doing a more like meaningful project.
Yeah, it gets tiring being like, oh shit, we gotta pump out the next like strongest song we possibly can, and it's forcing that creative process as opposed to letting a song grow and mature like almost like a child or a baby. It's your emotions and your feelings. You can't just crap out a song and there it is, or at least that's how it is for me. I like being confident and letting my songs and my lyrics and
what is the gap
like,
between
really
Thriller and Bad? Like 6 years?
That's about 4 years.
4 years?
But it got a lot bigger. After the last couple of albums. Yeah,
can't do that no more.
You can't do that no more. Yeah.
And like the other thing too is like it has more meaning. It has more meaning when you like really like sit on your music and you like figure it out. You find a way that you really, really enjoy it, because then that means that the people that listen to it are going to enjoy it just as much, if not more than you do.
There's a handful of songs where we like to play them live before we even record them, because that gives us a chance to perform them and see how the crowd reacts to all the different things that we experiment with while we're playing live.
Yeah.
Like I said, it gives that song time to mature and really grow into its own identity as a musical piece.
I think it was good we did the singles the way we did for a while, because we were working with a new producer since Two-Faced up until now. We're still using that producer. And I think it was just shout out to Pat, by the way. And
Pat.
But it was kind of a new recording method for us. We go out to Highland Park, Illinois, and record out there. And But I think we've got that down now, and I think we're ready to kind of up the ante out there a little more with a more meaningful kind of collection of songs.
Yeah.
100%.
I love how we record.
I agree.
We take an entire weekend, we go out to his place and we just hang out. You know, that's the best way to do it. And it allows us to have, you know, breathing room and time to just put out a product that we're happy with.
Plus finding someone who really like gets you and
Knows your sound.
Yeah, knows your sound and isn't afraid to push you is so great and lets you experiment, you know, like he's so important to us.
Mm-hmm.
We had a question here. Do the songs come first, or no? Do the songs come from riffs or lyrics?
Oh gosh.
Ooh.
You know,
It depends on the song.
Yeah, it depends on the song.
I feel like riffs is
More common.
more common.
Definitely. more common.
if you asked me a year ago, I would have said riffs completely. But this year, there's been a little bit more of a change.
There's been like two
It's been-
or three, I'd say.
yeah, 2 or 3 where we've had like lines.
It's so personally for me, I say that I have all these notes pages of lyrics, but it is 100% easier for me to write lyrics to a vibe, a melody, something that's already there. So the lyrics I do have, it's just empty space, and I need someone to help put a voice behind them. And Tyler's really great at kind of just doing it all together. And I for me personally, I just can't do that. I'm a emotionally driven writer, so it's very much like, oh, Tyler has this riff or this melody or this idea, and I can put something over top of that, or like maybe I have a riff in my head and I can do something like that. But we were talking about that. What was the one I referenced it when I said like, oh, I had a song and then I pitched it to them and it turned out completely different. That one started as lyrics, and that's new for me. You know, I think when's the last time I was like, oh, I have lyrics, let's write an instrumental around it? Was that like,
Oh god,
Because I feel like that's 10 times harder to do.
I feel like it is too.
well, because you're trying to force
Yeah. That's
the
why I
music
have a
to
hard time
match
with
the
lyrics.
vibe with, yeah. The second verse curse. The second verse always sucks to write.
I wish we could abolish second verses.
Well, just skip it. Go straight to the bridge.
Just do this first verse again.
Honestly, I was considering
That
it.
actually no. That
For my song, I was
It's
considering it.
common.
You know what they say?
Actually,
Don't
yeah.
bore us. Get to the chorus.
Yeah, for real.
You guys, as we mentioned, you guys are in town all the time. You recently were here to play Paperfest. Tell me about your Paperfest show.
It was hot.
It was so hot out and it was very smoky.
It was smoky. So during the middle of the set, I was just talking with the audience, and suddenly I got the sharpest
Few words about our sponsor.
Pascal Auto. Was that the name? Pascal. Okay, cool. No, in the middle of the set, I was just talking to the audience, and I thought it was a bug, but
It's like
after
spit
last
out
night,
your throat the wrong way.
no, there's no way, because it was like someone stabbed my throat. It was like I decided to eat cattle chops or something like that.
That was like right before we were going into a song too.
Yeah,
We
right
had to, like,
before
jam for
I
a
started
sec.
like choking. I was like turning to the guys and going, "You've got to stall for time." Like I'm like,
Start choking on a bug, and I look behind me,
awful.
and 6-foot blonde is loading in while Tiernan's choking on a
yeah.
bug.
So we ended up skipping like 4 or 5 songs or something like that, just because I
It was rough.
was toast after that. I was done.
It was fun,
It was,
but it was
a
rough.
lot of fun though. The audience was really cool, and Paperfest
Yeah.
is a really awesome place to be for sure.
Oh yeah, food was great.
It-
I had some cheese curds.
It was very also humbling to be on the lineup we were on. Some of my favorite bands ever, Post Sex Nachos and Vaughn and 6-Foot Blonde, were all there.
Oh yeah, they're all amazing.
And then Damien Luriano opened before us, and Candy Cigarette was there as well. So shout out to all those guys.
That's becoming a common theme. Damien Luriano opened before us at Paperfest. Now he opened before us last night.
night.
At Mile of Music. We're becoming buddies.
Did you catch post-sex nachos last night, or were you playing around
We
the
were
same time?
playing, so I think they started right when we ended. So we caught like a little.
And
break.
sadly tonight our set times are the exact same.
Yeah.
That's the thing about Mile of Music, is they always pin you against your buddies. It's always hard.
If you do a lot of catching up in the lunch break area, the green room area?
We didn't get a huge opportunity to be out at the artist lounge this year, but usually you'll run into plenty of people out there.
We caught them while we were checking in though. We were at the artist check-in and suddenly there was post-sex nachos.
I kept running into Aaron from Vaux last year everywhere I went.
Oh, Soul True's everywhere too.
So yeah, Aaron's is everywhere.
I love him.
So I mean, this is your second mile, or have you third mile of music? Yeah. So you know the game now and how everything works.
Easy peasy.
Is this? Are you more relaxed coming to do it now versus
Definitely.
year one?
Year one, it was kind of wild because it'd been a big goal for us to get out here for a while, especially because like Tiernan was at the first ever mile when you were a kid, right?
I think my first mile was mile like 3, 4. Like I was there very early on. And I used to go every single year until I moved out to Point. And I mean, even after I moved to Point, I was checking out Mile.
Yeah, so he was always, him and his whole family was really hyping us up and telling us to get out there. And we finally got the opportunity to shout out to Ian for that shout out to Ian. And it's been great every single year. It's great.
Our first year, we almost kind of missed the Mile experience. So our first show was supposed to be at McFleshman's, and it was like a crazy storm. So we didn't even get to step on the stage. And then our next set, that was Sunday, right?
That was Sunday. It was the
we
first
were the
set.
very first set at the
Emmett
stage. And that was hot.
It was so hot. The sun was directly
And I decided to wear a full black suit, which was a terrible choice. Yeah. Actually, there was a picture of me, the Post-Crescent. The Post-Crescent did a article, and there's a picture of me in that full black suit, and it must have been early on in the set because I wasn't drenched in sweat yet. But anyways, we played the Emmett set, and that was really fun. But the real experience came from that after party. And it was
sick.
All of those people crammed into that tiny little McFleshman's alley, and it was only a 15-minute set, but we powered through like 4 songs, and it was the amount of energy in that one little space was just immaculate that day, and that really set the tone for our Mile experience.
And we met so many people through that. That was my first time meeting Luke from Me Like Bees. That was my first time meeting Mark from Appleton Factory. Yeah. So that after party did definitely set us up in Appleton pretty well, I would say.
I think I remember that after party, and it was super hot, and somebody's flying a drone around, I think. And I've never seen that footage. I don't know who was doing that or where that ended up.
I'd love to see you were flying the drone around.
Scorched Waves official at gmail.com, please.
Are you guys on the hunt during Mile for the pop-up kind of situations? Or it used to seem like it happened more often where all of a sudden something cool would be happening and you didn't know where it was until last minute.
I would love to do something like we did a couple of years ago that one time, but that I don't think that opportunity has happened.
Are you talking like the McFleshman's one?
Yeah.
I think it's really funny. My dad's almost like a secret agent. He called me last night and he was like, "Hey, I ran into Ian and I told him like, make sure you hit up Scorched Waves if anything happens." So I have like family and friends that are always like, "Oh yeah, they're totally down. Just hit them up before they even ask if we are down." So we definitely always have like ears on the ground ears? Yeah. We definitely have eyes everywhere. Ears and eyes looking for the next experience.
Well, and you mentioned the Post-Crescent with the black suit, but you were in the Post-Crescent this year too. I know the digital postcrescent.com, right? There was a picture of you again in there.
Oh, that might have been the one I was talking about.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. I was at work and suddenly my dad, my fiance, my cousin, my uncle were like, "Free publicity." And I was like, "Oh, cool. Thanks, guys." Shout out Post-Crescent.
Well, so tell me, what are some of the cool things that happened on the tour? You mentioned one in Denver. What is it like traveling as a band in tight quarters like that? How do you guys deal with being just too close to each other for too long?
Real sticky and sweaty in the back of a van.
Oh, man.
And once you reach like kind of like very more mountainous areas like Tennessee, kind of Virginia, you feel really small.
Yeah.
That's a big thing I noticed when we started going out that way. It's the coolest thing is going and traveling the country and playing shows all over. There's just, it's cliche, but it's so much fun.
Even when you end up playing for like maybe like 4 people, like it's still like worth it at the end of the day, just to like go out and like see everything and like just get out there and do it.
Well, I mean, I've done more traveling with you guys than I have with anything else. So it's like, you know, maybe there's people from high school who are like, oh, I'm in Florida for the 5th time, you know, in the Keys or whatever. And I'm like, oh, well, I'm in
I'm in a 1994 Econoline.
Yeah.
Smoky Mountains.
Driving through the Smoky Mountains on our way to go play a show. And then we play a show that night. I mean, even if it's we played that house show in Urbana. I was not expecting that to be as crazy as it was, but it was a Halloween show. And so there was just
People everywhere.
people packed wall to wall, you know, sweaty as hell, like absolutely drenched. But it's always just immaculate energy. It's like a buzz, you know.
Sometimes it's those shows that you think are going to be bad that are the best, and then the ones that you're anticipating to be great end up not being
That
bad.
happens all
That's
the time.
normally what happens.
That happens all the time. There was an instance last year. We started the tour in Lawrence, Kansas, and there was a young fan and her dad that drove like 3 hours to be there.
Yeah.
I think they said they came from Joplin, Missouri, I think, which is where Me Like Bees are from.
Yeah.
But
Which is also crazy
And
because
Fox Rail,
were we
too.
playing a show that was closer to them than Kansas, but this was just the
Maybe.
one they could make it to.
I'm not sure. But
I don't think so.
but that was just super cool. You never really know like who's gonna come or like who's aware of your stuff. when
We have
you're
a
traveling.
few like really dedicated fans that it's always amazing to see them in the crowd. We have people who drive like 2 to 3 hours. I mean, we have fans in Milwaukee, Madison that'll drive all the way to like Stevens Point, which, you know, that's like 2 hours, but we're not something huge and massive. So it's like just surprising to be like, oh yeah, people appreciate what we do enough to, you know, take an entire day or take half a day or get off work early to come out and check us out while we play Pride in Stevens Point or when
And
we
like-
play at the university.
And like multiple times in the same year too.
Oh yeah,
Like there's that one like super fan of ours who every time we're in Madison, Milwaukee, and
talking about Evan.
Evan, yeah.
Evan, shout out Evan.
Shout out Evan.
Shout out
Evan
Evan.
best.
Literally like most of the times whenever we're doing like something big in Point or like something in Madison, Milwaukee area, they're there almost every time.
There was something really cool that happened on the tour last year. We released a song in the middle of the tour called Life's a Circus. And
They already knew the words.
they knew the words. And by the time we made it to Nashville, there were like 3 people in full clown makeup.
That was so sick.
I forget their names, so forgive me if you guys are listening. But that was super cool.
It's the dedicated few that very much make it worth it. I love meeting new people and hearing, you know, what you thought of the set. It's amazing. But the few people that I almost develop a professional friendship with over the course of, you know, seeing you at, you know, this is show number 10 that I've seen you out of the past 15 shows we've played.
But
It's
you start to recognize people in the audience, and you kind of have to give them a point and wave. You know, that happened last night. There was someone that's been coming for a while. So
Oh yeah, it's awesome.
You had a fan for a little while from the band Jet, right? That was following you guys.
all right, man.
That's like pre-Tiernan.
all right,
isn't it?
Jet. I'm gonna call y'all out on the radio.
Wasn't
right
it like
now.
right when I first showed up?
Yeah, so the band Jet followed us on Instagram in high school, and when I messaged them saying, "Hey, thanks for the follow," they unfollowed me. So, so Jet, if you're interested in squashing this beef,
Hit us up.
listen up, man. Let's make something happen.
Let's
there.
settle
I'm
this at a show.
The only way you can squash this beef is playing a show.
I said,
That's it.
"Are you gonna be our friends?"
Is there anybody else that you've been surprised that has heard Scorched Waves that you might have heard through the grapevine?
Martin Atkins.
Martin.
Oh
Atkins.
yeah, Martin Atkins. But I was gonna mention Danny Trejo.
Danny Trejo.
Danny Trejo. We somehow have a connection. I'm not gonna go into details, but we did a little promo video for his taco restaurant, and he did a promo for one of our singles. Was it Girls?
It was Girls.
And it had to be that one.
And what I didn't expect to happen is he posted it on his own page.
So many people.
We were supposed to make, both of us made a video, and we were supposed to, splice it together, but he just, went ahead and posted his own of it.
Before we did anything. I was
He offered to.
So
He was going to
there's
try and fly us out to Comic-Con too. It didn't end up happening.
Didn't end up
That would have
There's
been
a
so
picture
cool.
of him in the old logo shirt.
The purple
And he's
one,
like,
the
listen
lavender
to this
one.
single or I'll sick my dogs on her.
I would
I
like to
wish
give
that
a.
could happen again.
I would
We
like
have
a
we have a
band.
signed picture of him.
We do. It says to the Scorched Waves.
I love Danny Trejo. What a great man.
I want to give a big shout out to Mary, and Danny Trejo's assistant, for making that happen, and of course Mr. Trejo himself. Thank you.
Your tacos were great.
They
by
were
the
great tacos. Yeah,
Oh, you guys.
we're a strange band, man.
You have to tell me about Crazy Todd's house show. What was it like to play that?
I love Todd.
Crazy.
First of all, I
He's got
love
a
Todd.
crazy train set in the basement.
He dies.
However big you think it is, it's bigger.
There was, hold on, I gotta talk about this. The set was really cool. It was a good time. It was awesome sunny weather out. He had a ground bee nest in his
Oh
yard.
God, yeah.
Had the path, in the path from the van to the stage.
It just
On
keeps working
purpose?
out that Damien's not here.
It
Tell the story.
got
Was Damien the one that got stung?
yes,
Yeah.
yes. Damien, our drummer, got stung at least once or twice. Did Faith get stung? Your fiance?
No. I don't think so. She avoided.
Damien got stung pretty good. That was
I-
pretty funny.
I think
It was very funny. Rub some dirt on it.
I'm pretty sure I got bit on my ear and I didn't get stung, thank God. But other people around us were getting stung. They were just
playing with
chilling out.
we were playing with Motherwind at the time.
Yes,
and,
yeah, Motherwind.
Who they had running merch, they got stung.
Yeah.
Weren't they bumblebees?
No, they were
Okay,
ground
they
bees.
they
Yeah.
were just
So
bees.
the
Okay.
the two openers got stung, but the Verve Pipe made it out unscathed. I guess. Shout out to the Verve Pipe as well. But
Perks for being a. That's that
That was-
celebrity status.
that was-
perks.
that was just
the
so-
bees avoid you.
it's the funniest thing though, because we opened for some bigger artists the last couple years, but in this case, it's you're hanging out with the Verve Pipe in Todd's garage.
Oh, actually, but talking about that, it is so cool to meet these artists. We opened for Wheatus at 7th Street Entry, the Teenage Dirtbag, and they're so nice.
Incredible.
We have not met a bigger artist band, anything like that, who have, where it's wow, that guy was kind
Brendan
of a jerk.
was funny.
Dre was hilarious.
First thing he says to us, he walks in the green room, and because at First Ave, there's a bunch of Prince stuff everywhere, and he walks downstairs and he's like, this is the only place in the world I feel the need to genuflect.
That was awesome. One of my favorites is earlier this year we had the privilege of going on a couple dates with High Fade from Scotland.
They're so
They're
nice.
They were the
amazing.
nicest guys ever.
That was
goofy.
They were just, that was one of the best experiences of my life, was doing those shows. It
And-
was so much fun.
And they were so cool. They would always before their set and after their set, they were right at the merch table, signing vinyls for people, selling merch, just talking to people, listening to people's stories and stuff. It was so insanely cool. And we got to play some really cool venues that we didn't get the chance to play at yet too. And
The Vivarium?
yeah,
The Vivarium was an amazing venue. What was the one we...
There was the Fine Line in Minneapolis and Chop Shop in Chicago.
Those were great venues.
I've always wanted to go to the Chop Shop because there was another Korean band that I was really into that played there years ago, and I never got to go to but I got to go there and like perform there, and I was like, it was kind of like a full circle moment.
They signed the wall, right? And you got to see that?
No,
that was a fine line.
Oh, yeah, that was.
Fine Line was covered in many.
Fine Line was a very cool moment too for us, because there was bands that I loved that they signed the wall, and I was like, oh my god,
That's such a common thing at venues. That is so cool to see, like all these big venues that have like just walls covered in stickers and like Sharpie and all that. And it's very awesome to like, see the people who were here before you and be like, wow, I had no idea you were ever here.
Freaking Benson Boone played at Fine Line, and his signature was on the wall.
That's pretty sweet.
Right.
So tell me, where do you want to take Scorched Waves? Like what's the goal? Do you have a goal to play at a certain place or to?
I just want to get to a point with Scorched where, we can pretty much
quit my day job.
we can just fill a room wherever we go, and I would love to, have our music reach as many people as we possibly can.
Yeah.
And it's as far as we can possibly take it, I think.
I've always, it would be awesome to reach a point where I'm playing a stadium in front of, thousands of people, but I would honestly be okay if we were always at a point where I could go to the merch table after a set and I could still have that interaction with the fans, because that, for me personally, is really what makes it amazing, is hearing everyone be like, I love this song. This is my favorite song, and this is why it's my favorite song. And
in my opinion, the perfect size room is the First Avenue main room. It's like the perfect sized room.
Yes, it is. It is very, very nice in there. I want to be able to sign Pokemon cards. I signed Pokemon cards. I've signed 3 or 4 Pokemon cards in our entire career. That's my favorite thing I've ever done, is sign Pokemon cards for fans.
Just being able to like connect with people is just like the best thing about this. Like,
100%.
It's so cool.
Well, you guys have a show later today at the
10:10 at the
Riverside.
Bar.
Yeah, and that's the weather is a little dicey today, but things seem to be okay for later on.
It's Wisconsin.
I think
It's like it's not storming. It's
not
just raining.
storming, and it's like out there at Riverside, I'm pretty sure it's like covered. Like the stage is like there's like a roof kind
and
of.
it's a bar. There's beer,
Right. So if you drink enough,
have enough. The rain doesn't matter.
Have we played that one?
No, we haven't.
Okay, I didn't, because I was thinking of another bar that had something like that.
even if we're kind of squished together to stay dry from rainy corners of the stage, I think it sounds like it's gonna happen. It's gonna be a good time. So
people should go check that out, and then catch you again in
100%.
late August, with Me Like Bees at the Appleton Beer Factory.
Yes, I love the bees.
Are you guys opening both nights for them there?
no, we're doing Thursday night and Friday night. Our friends Charlie Boy are doing.
Okay.
So that'll be really fun.
Oh, if you do miss us Thursday night, which, why would you do that? You should check out Charlie Boy the next night. Charlie Boy, they are fantastic. They're from La Crosse.
They're from La Crosse. There are tickets available that get you into both nights. I think there's only 100 of those, so they're probably gonna go. So
We are playing with them the night before in Rochester, though.
yes, we're doing 2 dates with Me Like,
Which is super cool. This is our first time playing with the bees, and I've been wanting this to happen for the past couple of years. So thank God we made
Real
it.
excited.
Well, again, I appreciate you guys coming in here and doing this. I was at that Verve Pipe show, and ever since then wanted to get you guys in here. So it's great to finally have you here.
Thanks for having us.
Please stop by anytime. Of
course.
Of course.
You're Scorched Waves on all the social media, and as we mentioned,
We're easy to find.
yeah, there's only one Scorched Waves. Scorched Waves. God,
There's an S.
please, I'm not saying the before.
Starts with an S, ends with an S.
Do you guys have any final words?
Come out to Riverside. Good luck to see you.
Peace and love.
Peace and love.
Peace and love.
Bring your Pokemon cards. I'll sign them.
Watching.